Introducing the Coach Approach Leadership Programme and Framework by me, Rob Moores. Based on the colour energies as used within psychometric and communication tools such as Clarity 4D, the blue, red, yellow and green, I more deeply explore what it is that we need from modern leaders and focus less on the having to do all the groundwork yourself and having to identify different colour energies and what people need from you in a moment, but more being able to explore this diamond in the middle, which is the coach approach. Let me explain to you how this is formed. So the green side of the cube very much looks at connection, the green energy. I focus on connecting with others, less about any sort of conflict, and focusing on more peace and harmony, and maybe more adverse to change. The yellow energy focuses more on clarity of message, articulating a message, telling that story, energy, conversations, more creativity, positivity, really bringing that story to life. The red energy is more about command, standing at the front, being targets focused, results orientated, wanting to make decisions, wanting to be captain of the ship, to really focus on where the business is going. Whereas control is more about the measures. What is it we're trying to achieve? Where is it we're trying to get to? What will that look like? How will we measure that progress as we go along the way? What are the processes and policies and procedures we need to define to make sure we stay on track with all of this? And from a leadership point of view, we tend not to stay in any one of those categories, which is also true with our colour energies in general. We're not a blue, a red, or a green, or a yellow. We're a mix of all these things at different times. So if we start to look at the dynamic of leadership on top of these, and the combinations that might come through, it starts to give us a little bit more clarity on the age-old argument of management versus leadership. For instance, the red energy and the blue energy combined as a leadership style, whether it's your style or whether it's a style that you like from a leader, will combine those elements of command and control. And command and control is very representative of when we manage. However, when we identify that style, it's important to go, what is it that we're actually managing? Stephen M. R. Covey said it beautifully when he said that we manage things and lead people. And to extend on that thought, if we therefore try and manage people, it's no wonder that they feel like things. And that's not really a culture that I'd want to be part of. Now, there's a tendency for us to think that we manage performance. After all, the language is throughout all our organisations, performance management tools and processes. However, on the course, I explore the idea that maybe we don't do that. Maybe we do something else with performance. Performance shouldn't be linked to the result. Great performance will give us the best chance of getting the result. So instead, we manage those results, and people that we want to help achieve those results and look at those results and define those results, we need to help them manage those results. At the other side, the green and yellow energy can come together to provide a leadership style of clarity and connection. Clarity and connection will focus more on leadership. And again, going back to those quotes before, what is it that we lead? Do we lead results? No. We manage those results. We lead people. We lead people through conversation, through bringing them together, through making sure everyone's connected, and understanding what the bigger picture is involved all this. Why are we even here in the first place? And many models and many courses will stop there. We've identified the difference between leadership and management. However, the faces on the cube don't stop there, and the colour combinations don't stop there. For example, on the right hand side of the cube, we've got command and clarity. And when we lead with command and clarity, we're looking to inspire. In that moment, we're not managing, and we're not quite leading. We're more standing at the front, still rallying people together, but towards a common aim. So instead of results or people, at that moment we are trying to inspire purpose. We're telling the story, we're connecting that story to the conclusion, the goal and the vision, and bringing people together on that journey. And at the other side, we sometimes lead with connection and control. And when we lead with that side of it, we're looking to guide. We're not looking to guide results. We're not looking to guide the purpose or the people. We're looking to guide performance. Now, this might be through feedback, providing safety and assurance, understanding what's going on, digging deeper, problem solving, setting goals, helping to achieve those goals. Really setting aside some deep thought in partnership with people to achieve them. And there's very much a situational leadership part to this, that again, we're not one of these styles and we're not just one of these combinations. Sometimes we need to help people by guiding their performance. Sometimes we need to help them by leading them, or maybe inspiring a purpose within them, or maybe helping them manage results. However, the problem for leaders tends to be making sense of all of this. We have all these different communication styles and personality styles, and then we thrust the dynamic of leadership on top of it, and then trying to sit there in any one time and go, well, what colour energy am I feeling today? What colour energy are they feeling today? What does that mean in terms of best practice? How should I approach? And it really does just get super confusing. It's no wonder this is a really difficult task, especially when we've got so many large, diverse teams that we look after. So the coach approach seeks to straighten this and simplify it for us. After all, we do have another colour square on the cube missing at the moment, and that's the orange square. And the orange square represents the coach approach. In the coach approach, we are adopting a coaching style of leadership. Whether you're a coach, or whether you're a leader looking to coach more, or whether you're just starting out on that coaching journey, or even seasoned, how do we actually bring this through to our style of leadership? And this is more about the focus on understanding people. The best thing, or the best way to understand what somebody needs from you in any given moment is to ask them. And when we ask them, the best thing to do is to listen. And if those things don't work, the best thing we can do is to start by resetting and looking at the relationship and the rapport and the trust levels we have with our team and the individuals within it. And if we focus on those things through genuine interest, understanding and communication, that rapport, those relationships will grow, the trust levels will grow, and then asking those questions and genuinely listening to the answers with the intent to understand rather than just preach or reply is really at the heart of the coach approach. And by then sprinkling that back into the cube and removing that more haphazard set of colours roaming around the face, we seem to get some degree of order going again. Some degree of order we can step into. Fewer zones of colour, while still prioritising the fact that those colour energies do exist. And instead of having to step way out of our comfort zones to wipe ourselves out in an attempt to understand or engage with completely opposite energies, there is this diamond that forms that we can maybe step into and invite others to join us within in a much more harmonious and productive fashion. And that's the coach approach. The programme looks like this. 6 face-to-face modules with myself, first of all focusing on how to be a great leader. For me, there is no point in delving straight into coaching skills if we don't at least look at what the role of a leader is, but also, is coaching part of that? How is it defined? Do we think it's our role? Are we going to be able to do it? What gets in the way of it? After that, communication and behaviour, where we will look at those colour energies using the tool Clarity 4D. So understanding how we perceive ourselves, how others perceive us, and how do we start to bridge those gaps. The coach approach will then delve much more into the skills required, the basic coaching skills to begin to bring this to life by using various techniques, tools, and also heavily on practice and feedback. And then we delve even more into some of the other areas of this coach approach. So engagement and motivation. How do we engage and motivate our team? And this isn't just a case of let's do engagement surveys every 6 to 12 months or let's understand them even better. And it isn't me just telling you how we're supposed to motivate people. It's a genuine exploration of what actually engages and motivates the modern worker. Why should they care? What do they care about? How can we organically and intrinsically invite people to care more about our business? And how can we understand when maybe they don't, without writing them off in the process? We then take a look using the High 5 Strengths tool, individual and team strengths, with an option within there of also looking at the Clarity 4D team dynamics tool, to really begin to understand our individual strengths as a leader and as a leadership team, but then also looking at the gaps, what might be causing those, the nature and nurture behind them, and what impact that might be having. And then the final face-to-face module is all around goals, priorities, and blockers. In other words, the things that can get in the way, not actually planning, not actually setting significant and clear goals, not being able to prioritize this stuff once we've given ourselves permission to do it. And then the other things that crop in as blockers as well. Maybe other people in the team, maybe other strategic pillars, maybe something as simple as time, energy, inclination, or budget. Exploring all those things and learning some great tools to overcome them. The flow of that then will take place over either 6 or 12 months. So that might be one of those face-to-faces every 1 or 2 months. And then in between those, each individual receiving a one-to-one coaching session with me. And then also a group supervision session between each face-to-face. Really allowing us and helping us all to embed not only the learnings of the session that we've been on, but also growing the skill for us to bring those problems to a table together and helping each other to solve them, even when I'm not there anymore. Being able to table the learns from our one-to-one coaching sessions, bringing the goals and the difficulties and the blockers we've got to them, but also having some support from our peers to identify the actions we need to take and the support we might need to achieve them. All of that is framed by an evaluation, and that evaluation is born from the work we do in the first module. As leaders, what's the impact we want to have on our culture? How do we want people to feel within that culture? And how are we going to focus on that? Those things then can be measured by an initial survey, which we'll repeat at the end of the programme, giving you a very clear and obvious measure based on the things that are important to you around leadership. Has this programme made a difference? And then finally, 6 months later, I propose that we do this again. Just have a catch up, maybe run the survey again to see how that's going and any more support that might need to come due to some of the status quo maybe kicking back in. This is the gold package, so by all means, if you do have internal coaching support or group supervision experts, it may be that you just want the face-to-face programs. But that will be something we can discuss at the time and will be a prerequisite to having those face-to-face elements. If you'd like to know more, please scan the QR code on the screen now, and that'll take you to my webpage to be able to look through more detail in this programme. Or please get in touch with me, rob@robmoores.com, or on the number you can see at the screen as well. Thank you for listening today. That was the Coach Approach. I'll hopefully speak to you soon.